Found towards the backside, and plenty more following up with it for GODLike here. Investing quite a bit, but after that decent time from X-Rock and the previous hill, GODLike have to answer back in some sort of way. I may try and find a way through. Gravity Vortex. But what if they actually managed to get a hold of? Well, they've actually now managed to flip the spawns. They pushed through with the pressure that they had and now are missing. Trunks hits his 20th of the game. GODLike getting some good time here. Over towards P2. P3 spawns are looking good as well.
This is the path back into this game. You are currently 60 points down. You get this scrap time. You go over towards New, and you get that full 60. Hold your operators for it as well. You've currently got 3 ready to go, but there's one player being a little nuisance in the middle of the map. Sunuo is trying to be sneaky like. How much damage can he do?
Same guy as last time. He managed to find a breakthrough, managed to get those spawns for the side of X-Rock. Oh, GODLike gonna fold under this pressure once more. Oh, can they hold on to it? Suyono is gonna make the move in from behind, but the rest of their team, well, they're already dead because the Sparrow is out. No can find one, but everybody else dies. GODLike, hold on.
Initial hold is good. There goes one operator from GODLike. They've still got one ready to go. Abi's now just going to pre-fire with the claw around the front. This is going to guarantee at least 10 to 15 seconds of time just by nature of how good this claw actually is. And nobody from X-Rock can get close now. Next is going to be Prevail here with the equalizers. GODLike is doing incredible work at the moment. They wanted to come back in towards this game. Feels like time. That's exactly what they've done.
25 seconds to go on P3. They've controlled it the majority. Can they control it for the full 60? X-Rock are not going to let that happen, surely. They're finding a couple of kills. They're trying to keep that pressure on. They really want to keep GODLike spawning towards this backside. They are doing that now, but they can't find the kills as Prevail will walk on through. Say thank you very much, I'll have 2. Is the 3rd on the table? Absolutely it is. He finds it. That's the hold that GODLike needed to get them back into the game. 4 kills from Prevail. X-Rock walk away licking their wounds.
Yeah, they've just had a player spawn out as well, so there's an opportunity here for GODLike to immediately break on towards New. They have the numbers to make this one work. G&M though will be taking a B's out on the redirect towards the hard point. Here they go. GODLike facing down Sunuo inside, who's going to invest the claw to ensure early control over this hard point is going to be X-Rocks. This is the right investment for me. They need to make sure they hold on towards these spawns, but GODLike, they're finding kills.
They're keeping hold of the spawns, but things are very chaotic over towards the front side. Trunks will find Tron as well with the Purifier out. So that's going to give you a bit of control over towards Ice. Here comes the pressure now from GODLike.
X-Rock winning all the gunfights though. Champiomship and No combined for at least 4. X-Rock, they are wiping GODLike off the face of the earth. One player still trying to influence spawns here for a massive back 25 seconds. Champiomship just keeping an eye on this entrance. There's no way players can get through, so those players in the backline have to go now. The spawns have now been influenced. I don't think X-Rock are quite ready for it, but does it really even matter? Trunks is inside with the Purifier. Can only find one. GODLike off the back of that might be able to get the last 10 seconds of time. X-Rock, they're being so annoying.
And this could actually be decent time for GODLike because X-Rock looked in complete control there for a certain amount of time. GODLike will just etch that down a little. We are going to be heading into the 3rd rotation. GODLike are closer than they were after the 1st. That big hold over towards P3 is the story of that rotation. X-Rock did a good job over towards P4 though to re-establish a decent gap. But GODLike are well and truly into this game. X-Rock yet to break 200. GODLike trying to do their best in and around P1. We've seen X-Rock just frustrate them last time we were here. Can they do the same again?
GODLike have to be annoying here. They have to pick up all of the gunfights as much as humanly possible. Predator Missile not going to get invested for Roxy, so at the very least you're going to get that out before a potential rotation towards New, but the gunfight's going in favor of GODLike here. They sweep X-Rock.
They managed to do it, pushing in over towards the ice side as well. They're trying to get some sort of control for that P3 flip, but when things start to get chaotic like this, when the game starts to get close, you stop thinking about those kind of moments where you need to be thinking ahead. You start to think about the here and now, and the here and now. Prevail did have the equalizers out, doesn't find a great deal from it. Tron and Co just trying to fight their way over towards P2. It's broken 200 if you are X-Rock, but GODLike, they've caught up, if anything, off that P1, which still has a few seconds to go. X-Rock will find a little bit more value from that point, but it's all about the rotation now coming on through over towards P2. It is a 30-point game.
Massive kill just made by Neutrino as well. Does he get the second? No, he does not there. So big gunfight for Roxy. That's going to get the spawns for X-Rock for the rotation towards P3, but there's still a wealth of time on P2 to fight for. GODLike will invest in for it, and Bees with the claw on the other side. Roxy's got the War Machine ready to go. What can Bees get done here? Pre-firing, big 1v1, and Roxy's going to win it. So that's going to be the War Machine over the claw. X-Rock. Now on the assault.
X-Rock in a really good position now for this one, but they lose 3 gunfights. GODLike get themselves into control. We thought if there was a route for GODLike into this game, it was going to be Hardpoint. They are making a game of it here over towards Summit. X-Rock in control, but a lot of investment coming in from both teams. Neutrino will find 3 with 1 bullet of the War Machine, but it's no-no with the Equalizer, who just about gets a solidity for X-Rock. GODLike need to find a way through. They need to be thinking about spawns. Backs against the wall.
Yeah, split spawns came in there for X-Rock, so that's how they're able to get through. No surprises. GODLike now it's guiding them more. No, my God. X-Rock now looking for the last 15 seconds of time. GODLike Esports now going to be looking for that rotation. X-Rock can't get it done here.
X-Rock can't get it done here. You are absolutely right, but GODLike got the spawns off the back of those kills that came through. The splits do not work out in X-Rock's favor. And what happened last time that we went to P3, GODLike found a nearly full 60. They're going to need to be as flawless again. X-Rock only 7 points. Points away.
Yeah, but they don't have the same kind of utility this time around, right? They just utilised their one operator they had, that's the Sparrow, and it's gone. So GODLike now have to get it done with the weaponry. Here comes the spawn flip.
Can they manage to try and find the way through? The spawn flip is going to be there. The kills are going to be there for X-Rock as well. GODLike held on so well last time around. Points away. They don't have the same kind of utility this time around, right? They just utilised their one operator they had, that's the Sparrow, and it's gone. So players that win you games, not necessarily the flashy ones.
Yeah, you know what's funny about X-Rock is actually we're having a conversation, right, about, you know, what are the players to watch here, you know, for every single team, you know, who do we look out for? We want 1 or 2 players, and it's like, well, X-Rock, you could literally just choose anybody. They're all just that damn good. Obviously, No is kind of the usual suspect per se, but Roxy also had a solid game there. Over 2 minutes inside the hill, by the way. Shout out Nadeshot. 45 kills to his name as well. Chuanam also providing a lot of slaying power to the roster with his shotgun. X-Rock, I think, just completely collapsed GODLike in that first game of the series. And GODLike, I mean, look, they just got to hit the regain now. You're a 1-0 down. Now you have to go into a search and destroy. You've got to take a search and destroy with X-Rock, and you've already kind of misstepped in the vetoes to get that done.
I mean, in fairness, for GODLike there, they've been outslayed massively and only lost by 50. So it showed that when they were finding value, they were finding a lot of it. But I think, you know, we talked about Bees throughout the tournament so far. Dropped nearly a -20 there. That's the kind of player that you need to be having at least an even game. He's been so good for you all the way through the tournament. And look, we don't necessarily like to lean on kills too much when it does come down to statistics because they don't mean everything. But I think that kind of proves it. The fact that they got outslayed so heavily, only lost by around 50. They were doing good work when they had the opportunities. But if they then find that slaying power, it's a very, very close game. Either way, map number 1 will go over towards the side of X-Rock. Now, we were saying before this, though, we feel as if GODLike, if they wanted a chance in this series, Hardpoint was that route. They've now lost the first map. This is a dangerous position for them to be in.
It absolutely is, right? I mean, this is the key thing. You're going into search and destroys now, and I think, look, these guys are unbeatable in search and destroy in their own region. They showed that, right? I mean, I know other Chinese teams are the ones to get it done, but still, they are beatable in search and destroy. But I think even between that, between CDM and CDSI, they have like a plus 75% win rate on search and destroy. And again, I have to refer back to the veto process here. You've chosen to play firing search and destroy. I know that GODLike probably think that's their best bet because they beat Elevate on it yesterday, and they looked phenomenal on it yesterday. But it also happens to be one of the 2 maps that X-Rock are significantly comfortable on. And, you know, it's one of those conversation points that we always have.
Bro, come on, make India proud.
It's going to be a difficult one. X-Rock now looking just so solid. That will, of course, be 7 maps in a row here from all our champs. They're looking to make it now in advance onto the final day. GODLike still very much in their way, though, here, Brody. Firing range that doesn't necessarily favor them, but have they got it in them? Absolutely.
Yeah, you were talking about Sunuo in the last game. Watch out for him here on firing range. He's going to be sniping the hell out of GODLike, trying to get those entry kills. Him versus the Bees, I think, is probably going to be the biggest story going in towards this one. Mara on the other side, though, inside American at the moment, just trying to provide some coverage over A, because that looks like the site of attack for GODLike here, or off the start of this game. Prevail can get this 1 kill against Chuan M. That would be everything, but Prevail's not certain about it. Now having to find an escape route.
I like this from Prevail, though. Shows that he didn't like that gunfight, he just advances forward. They wouldn't have expected that because he was a little bit weak. He moves forward, finds one. Does eventually get taken down, but that was a lot of pressure that would have been pushed over towards the X-Rock side. Now a bit of a switch up here from the side of GODLike. We're going to try and... maybe make a move, but look at this pressure that's now just immediately come in from Nono. He's going to be in a hellish position for the rest of the team to maybe do something. Sunoa actually pushed up towards the woods side, so there is somebody very, very close who's going to cause issue, who is potentially going to get caught out himself. But the map is split in a weird way here, Brody, but a lot of pressure from X-Rock.
Yeah, X-Rock with this mid-map control, I think, is the biggest issue right now here for GODLike. Sunuo keeping an eye on the cross. I think he will have just seen a Beast run towards B. He's certainly going to see the rest, and he's certainly going to be able to kill against Learn as well. Makes things all the more awkward now for GODLike. You're not only in a 2 versus 3, but you know that X-Rock have the knowledge of where you're going.
Tough situation. The grenade will be well placed, as will that bullet. Abiz gets taken down. And that's 3 in the round now from Sunuo. Nono has followed up as well, but the Tundras are singing right now for X-Rock. Just put themselves in the right position. It's nothing too flashy. But if you're Neutrino, you are going to get an opportunity here. That bomb's going to go down, but I can imagine you're going to get collapsed on pretty quickly. It would take some sort of 1 versus 3 to pull off the round number 1 win. That's 3 in the round now from Sunuo. Nono has followed up as well, but the Tundras are singing right now.
I thought for a second there he's going to make a wrap around the middle of the map, but no. Neutrino now looking for it. Has he just found the perfect timing in behind enemy lines? You need better shots than that, though. He's going to find the first kill against Sunuo. No immediate trade. Neutrino might be able to hit the regen kill with some good timing. Even finds a second kill, but Roxy's going to take them down. 1 versus 3 denied.
Got a little bit scary for X-Rock there for a second. He got some good timing as he pushes around the back of the B side, but I think if he hits those shots a little bit crispier on that first gunfight, he's got an even better opportunity.
Second round, come on, come on.
But either way, X-Rock will find the win. I think they would have liked it to be a little bit cleaner in that 3 versus 1, but you take the scoreline at the top of your screens as the most important factor. Doesn't matter which way you get it. And towards it we go. Again, just reads a Bees. He's got their number, and Learn's trying to survive. Get away from A, my God. Chuan M going to run down the middle of the map. He will find 1, not the second. Trunks will be able to answer back momentarily. He's left off.
What is wrong with you? Chal ja yaar.
Well, maybe not. Trunks still not sure about this one. You don't actually have a lot of time to make a decision. He's trying to check all the different corners in which a player could be located. Has just spotted out Sunuo, but again, the shot's not exactly crispy. And now Sunuo will just get away, play their life. Trunks will try to get this bomb down, but I think there's no chance.
He'll try for it. Even if he does, it will be diffused, and the kill will come through either way. X-Rock very patient there, in fairness to them, because I think there would be so much of the fact that you find all those kills early does, you start just sprinting around together to try and find it, but as soon as they don't have that information on the last player. They take their time. Right decision made to X-Rock. A shock and awe at the beginning of the round is really what won it for them, but good job either way. He's looking for a shot here to try and answer back to what has been some phenomenal Tundra play from the side of X-Rock. Hasn't been able to quite get things going in this series, and he was somebody we did highlight from the side of GODLike, who has been a huge catalyst to
What is wrong with you, man?
everything good they've been doing. Hasn't really got himself going here on Saturday.
X-Rock just looking so much better right now. They're shutting down the key players on GODLike. And GODLike, I mean, they just look so concerned about moving forward, right? They really want some kind of first blood before doing something. And once again, they've lost it. Prevail going down by the hand of, would you guess it, Sunuwo. And GODLike now in this effort just continuing to be bullied by Sunuwo.
It's such a factor having a sniper player who is doing this to you on firing range. It's so difficult to get away from him. He just seems to know where everybody is. It's a little bit of bad timing there. He may well get pushed by Learn. Actually, it doesn't bloody matter because he's just not missing bullets. Learn will walk into the cursor. And now all of a sudden, Trunks and the Bees left all on their own. It has not been a fun time on firing range so far. Still time for GODLike to try and turn this round around. And maybe it becomes just a little bit more difficult. They are being pegged back and beaten to a pulp. 3-0 now to X-Rock.
Yeah, it's just the mid-map pressure here from GODLike. It's insane, right? You win that first blood, and it's just like X-Rock have no, or GODLike, excuse me, have nowhere to go. X-Rock win that first blood, and the mid-map pressure. Reno not able to get down sites fast enough. No one's going to take them out. Now numbers here for X-Rock.
23 seconds. X-Rock trying to make this work. If you are GODLike, you need to try and stay alive. There's one gone. They know exactly where he is. They hunt them all down. You get the first bloods, you get the advantage, you get the bomb down. It just does not matter. X-Rock are dominating GODLike here in the search and destroy.
And the thing is, right, fundamentally, GODLike are doing everything right. The way they played that post-plant setup is perfect, right? You know that X-Rock have players over towards B still. You know they don't have any presence on A. So put yourself in a position where you can catch them off guard. But it doesn't matter whether you've got Neutrino in the position or player Prevail there as well. Does not matter whatsoever.
Well, the Snapdragon performance meter, if it went further than that, then it would be right now for the side of X-Rock. They're absolutely frying. And GODLike don't really seem to have an answer. It's now just a 5-man hit over towards A, and like, what, 3 of them are already dead. This is just a walk in the park. Abibs is able to answer back with something to make it now a 3 versus 2. Tron M and Rox1 already dropping down, but no. He can smell him. Neutrino, the next one on the chopping block potentially now for No, but a little dip away. Don't know if he'll have that information that he's crossed. Still so much work to do here if you're GODLike.
And it's even more so now as you've lost the Bees. Wow. Even more so as you lose Neutrino. X-Rock are flawless on their defense. And again, GODLike, I mean, they're playing well. They are playing well. They're doing everything right. X-Rock are simply outgunning them. Sunuo with 10 kills to his name. It's terrifying. Absolutely. If I go anywhere near Sunuo on this map, I'm running away.
The thing is, you can't run away from him when he's got that scope, right? He's just looking down every single angle he needs to, but he has getting taken down now. Lurn gets aggressive in the middle of the map with the Fennec, and that has made the difference. Can GODLike potentially find something now?
Well, they've got numbers around B. Seems to be the site of attack here for X-Rock. Roxy is pushed forward. Moving towards Wood. Big kill. Trunks would have got that one. That would have made things more difficult. X-Rock would have had to go and retrieve the bomb, and push towards B would have been delayed significantly. So now they've made this one a 4 versus 4. I almost feel like that was kind of an unnecessary push from Trunks, to be honest with you. You had map control, you had life advantage, you didn't really need to make that.
I felt like he was in the position to win the gunfight as well, and didn't. GODLike not able to do much here, and the Trina's just going to get caught trying to just chilling. Now all of a sudden, it is a 3 versus 3. And Beast is able to find no, so a more postured round from GODLike potentially. Beat control is here though for the side of X-Rock. One player here to potentially slow this down is going to be Lurn. Has some help on the way. Keeping himself nice and tight in that corner. Watching the cross, 33 seconds remaining. Now GODLike will have to hold tight as X-Rock starting to move into position. The shots are going to come up, but there comes the flank. Beast will find one on the Chuan-M, and all of a sudden the gunfights inside the site start to run on down, but Prevail will find 2, and GODLike will find 1. Let's get themselves around. X-Rock 6 to the good.
Yeah, not without trying, I will say, from GODLike. They definitely kind of made a couple of errors there in that round. That could well have been a 7-0 to X-Rock. That's the first time, I will say, in this search and destroy, I feel like maybe there were some unforced errors. From GODLike. But still, they make it happen. Big plays from Prevail towards the end of that one. X-Rock, very different look. Nades, utility galore over the top. It's Sunuo snipe to take Bees out of the play. That's the big one.
All of a sudden, that site is wide open. 2 players still over towards the B side. If you're GODLike and you need to get yourself over because that bomb is down, Sunuo finds another one. It's just really been the Tundra show from him. 12 in this game. Will he have many opportunities to find many more kills here? Because this moment in time, this is looking like an X-Rock map. It's going to be a 2 versus 5 needed. Make it a 1 versus 5 needed. They brought out absolutely everything. Trunks will be able to find 1. Heroic play is needed with 20 seconds to go, and you're just running into
done. Honestly, GODLike there just got outclassed.
massively. And I think, you know, we could go on about GODLike maybe not being able to do this. Or do that. It has felt more like X-Rock are the ones just performing extremely well. They are yet to drop a map here at the tournament. That's currently an 8-0 record. We're going to keep running it up. We're going to keep counting it because at this moment in time, they look like the team to be sensational performance there in the search and destroy. GODLike had 0 answers throughout the majority, and now they're going to be heading into a control on C side. A map that they've lost previously up against the side of X-Rock at CDSI just a few short weeks ago.
Yep, It was, what, 4-1, I think was the final scoreline there. CDSI, albeit again, kind of an asterisk on that one because I believe that was a group stage game. So if it was a knockout game, maybe things would have looked a little bit different for GODLike. But the result stands nonetheless. And if you look across not just that performance, but across both CDSI and the Snapdragon Pro Series for GODLike, Seaside has been a very 50-50 map. So I'm almost surprised in a way that it wasn't the auto veto for them. I knew that Arsenal control would be gone. I was fully expecting a raid control in this best of 5. But nonetheless, Seaside is where we're going to go. And again, it goes back to that conversation point of like, look, I know it's a 50-50 map for them, and I know that they lost it at CDSI. But is it because, hey, we've looked at the VOD, we know where we went wrong on that map mode combination, now we know how to take out X-Rock? I know that feels like a bit of a fallacy, right? Because it's like, it's X-Rock, you don't really know how to take them out.
I mean, to be fair though, look, the Summit was closer than it was at CDSI.
Yeah.
It was a well-contested game between the two. So is that going to be the case when we go a bit towards the Seaside? Of course, CDSI, they play up to full first in the control. It was a 4-1 victory for the side of X-Rock. It's convincing.
It's just terrifying.
Right?
Yeah, I think just, just in general, this is the game mode again. You are looking to take X-Rock out in the respawns now, right? And so I think just looking forward in this series, not just in the Seaside control, right, but just for the rest of this one, you have to reverse sweep X-Rock. You have to take search and destroy off them, and you've got to do that on Tunisia. I know this is kind of later down the line. Maybe we don't even get to a game 5, and honestly, see the way that X-Rock are playing right now. Sorry, GODLike fans, but it's maybe not looking likely. It's going to be so difficult for GODLike. And again, and going back to that conversation point about how important the veto processes are here at Champs, I really feel like it is just a massive test of how deep your map pool is. You cannot have, coming into Champs, a shallow map pool whatsoever, because I think that more than anything else is the thing that befalls you.
If they find themselves on Seaside though, if they can somehow scrape it away, standoff will be map number 4. Could possibly lead them to a map number 5, but then again, your backs are against the wall and the search and destroys. Map number 1 felt like a potential must-win. The
fact that, a lot of teams do feel relatively inexperienced on it. This is not the case for Eastern teams like GODLike and like X-Rock. It is just a case of just trying to get yourselves in those advanced positions for a potential spawn trap. I don't know, man. I don't know. It really does feel like, you have to take these 2 respawns and somehow get the search and destroy away from X-Rock in the final map. That's going to be the Tunisia search and destroy. But this Seaside control is just going to be so difficult. And we talk about kind of what's been missing so far for GODLike in this best of 5. We talk about the key power plays, as it were. Abiz has just not been there, and he was the guy that was going nuts for them yesterday.
Well, they're trying to gas themselves up for this one. It is do or die now for GODLike. You can't lose another map. Not in this series, at least, anyway. If you want to see a Sunday here at COD Mobile Champs, you've got to prevent GODLike from finding anything else here. The reverse sweep is needed, and doing that against X-Rock, it's just a task that seems impossible, but hey, GODLike have done impossible things before. Let's see if they can do it again. Into this one, GODLike need the reverse sweep. X-Rock, to the good.
All right, let's see. GODLike, what do they look like at the start? I feel like they kind of have to come in very venomous early on in towards this control. So far, so good. They've been enough trade to get themselves on towards A. And of course, they are going to go for a bit of a split push here. If they can get that gunfight from Abiz on towards Nono on B, that would be big. But no, Nono's going to win that one. So now for GODLike, I think this has to be a much more visual approach towards A.
You've got to find a couple of gunfights. You have to. Because your teammates are starting to get pinned into the spawn. You're starting to lose every single gunfight. You do eventually get one back through Neutrino, but everybody else starts to fall. Len is there to pick up some pieces as well, but the spawn trap now starting to come into fruition potentially here as well, as Abiz can find one. Prevail needs to find something as well, and does. So that pressure was feeling a little tight there, but eventually they will fight their way out of it. X-Rock do come out better from that opening salvo, but GODLike do survive without too much of a scar, if you want to say that.
Yeah, X-Rock, they definitely tried, I think, off the back of that retake to push forward for the spawn trap, but it does not work, fortunately enough for GODLike. Now able to put something together for a push towards B. X-Rock, I think, are going to be looking for a flank either through the middle of the map or from behind. For the front, though, no one is actually able to put up a first gun fight against Prevail, leaving a couple of players isolated on the point here. Neutrino and Abiz, what do you got for us? There goes one. Abiz left alive here. Second tick through, you've got to get on the point. If you're X-Rock, you've just lost B. You let Abiz capture it, so an extra 60 seconds, that goes on the board.
I think a lot of them have been focusing on trying to keep the rest of GODLike in their spawn, irrelevant of them getting a hold of that point. They feel the position is strong enough to maybe finish the round. Nuo now going to actually back on down, does have a flank coming on through, so a little bit of variety here potentially. You've got to try and find something here. If you're on the side of No, he finds nothing. GODLike have got a route through here. Into the point they go. They already had 2 ticks on this. X-Rock backs against the wall. For the first time that GODLike could actually draw blood. It seems like they're going to as well. Let's try and make them do something about it. They cannot.
Wow.
And that was nothing. GODLike get the round.
And I think that was the decision, right? You mentioned it, right? The fact that they didn't go straight towards B. They were like, look, we're just going to get ourselves map control for potential spawn trap. It's a risky play. We always talk about that. If you go for the spawn trap, you have to make sure you get the kills first, and they didn't. So they lose round number 1. Massive offensive victory for GODLike. Again, this is the start of a very long road, a reverse sweep for GODLike. It's a brilliant start at that. Now X-Rock here on the offense have decided to full 5-man towards to A. Roxy's going to take himself out of the play, and Juanam's going to go down as well. So X-Rock already down in the numbers here for this play.
Still finding a couple of kills. Managed to find something, but Neutrino coming in here with the War Machine is just the worst possible place that you want to be when there's an enemy War Machine ringing on through. Find something, but the kills have mostly been answered by X-Rock. Juanam through the front door. Finds the kill on the Neutrino, will push forward. Just gets a bit of bad timing as Prevail was there. But look at this pressure coming in from GODLike over towards B. They're trying to pin them back.
Oh, Trunks. Yeah, Trunks is playing a huge role right now, just kind of distracting X-Rock and burning time off the clock. They have to deal with him before they move forward towards either of these 2 points, and that's why they're expending so many resources and doing so. But Trunks is playing his life so well. That's a 2nd kill for him now. Now looking for more. X-Rock, again, are wasting so much time doing this. Finally, Trunks is out of the play, but now the rest of GODLike are here. Trunks, that was a brilliant play for you.
Managed to get something going here. Swanon just missing bullets with the Tundra, which we have not seen at all today. Maybe just a little bit nervous now, X-Rock. As GODLike tried to get themselves back into this game. They do have a route over towards that A side. They've pretty much cleared out their spawn, apart from the side of Prevail. Trunks will find 2, though, before going down. Purify exchanged on either side of things, but continuing to push here. No is going to invest the equalizer. They feel like they need to do something. X-Rock are trying.
The position is also good here from No.
Yeah,
this is it. A is gone, and GODLike know it as well. And I love this kind of call from GODLike, right? I mean, you've lost the point. Just get yourselves on towards B, get yourself a map control, because you're about to face down No with equalizers. Well, maybe not.
Minute and 15 seconds to go. Prevail with a huge gunfight onto No. Doesn't find the second. Trying to slow them down as GODLike just try to stretch themselves over the B side, but they need to win a couple of gunfights if you're going to get aggressive like this. Nona's surely going to catch Trunks out, and he is. So a little bit of presence now for the side of X-Rock over towards B, backs against the wall for GODLike. Feels like a very similar round to the first, where X-Rock have had their backs against the wall and all of a sudden have come into life. It was the same for GODLike in round number 1. They're going to need to find a way back in, but so much investment coming in from X-Rock is making it very difficult. 2 ticks already in. GODLike have 1 final stab at this in round number 2. They've got to make the move now. Neutrino can find 1. Neutrino can find 2. He's just doing it all on his own. Cannot find the 3rd or the 4th, but it's allowed the rest of GODLike to maybe get a route through here. The kill's starting to ring in. They will eventually lock it down. There's the 3rd tick coming through. Not without a little bit of resistance. X-Rock will find the 2nd round.
Yeah, just going straight through the meat grinder with GODLike there at the front of the point. Sunuo with the Sparrow, I think he got 3 kills from that one. Roxy, of course, able to finish things off alongside Chuanam as well. And Roxy will finish that round with a Predator missile and a Hunter Killer drone in the back pocket. So that was a brilliant response from X-Rock. Credit to GODLike, though. They definitely tried their socks off to stop that from happening. Now, split push from GODLike once again off the rip. It's a 4-1 split. Learn's going to utilize the Sparrow to try and do some carnage over by Winery. Will only be able to find 1. So for now, for GODLike, I think it's just going to be retreating back towards B. And you haven't really got that much in the way of resistance right now.
No, and I think that investment in the Sparrow, I kind of twisted my face at it at first, but he's kind of invested that. They're pushing up towards it if he found something great, but the rest of the team already over towards B, so is it a Sparrow for B? Well, okay, you take it if that's the case.
Yeah, and on the flip side of that as well, Roxy just brings out the War Machine there. That's actually probably not the best utilization of the War Machine. I think he kind of spammed half of his bullets before he got anywhere near it. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a Hail Mary play, quite literally, but it doesn't really work out for him. So B is now fallen by the wayside. That is an early capture coming through from GODLike, and Roxy now forced to bring the Predator missile into play. Not just for kills in this situation, but I think for information, they need to know where these players are coming from.
Trunks unfortunately falling, as does Learn. So X-Rock have had opportunities set up here. They may well want to spread their wings towards that spawn for GODLike, but right now information is still not really there. Beast will find a kill. No, I believe that was on the flank or through the middle of the map. The kills are now being traded. Strike kill feed, but what can I do here? Not going to be able to find much. Neutrino will find something, though, with the War Machine. These operators have been used so well by GODLike. They found a way through.
Yep, that war machine is everything here for Neutrino. Already found one. Firing bullets down range. This is not just getting kills, but it's keeping these guys away. Oh! No way! Sunuo! The collapse there to take a couple of players off the point, but GODLike still not done just yet. There's still fights. There's still players left to take out of the play, and Bees is trying to do his best impression of a runner, but it's just not happening. He goes down. First tick, though, through for GODLike. That, I think, is a pretty successful push.
Sunuo has actually not really had a good map whatsoever. But that collat, they line up so beautifully for him, and that really allows Xrock to just completely take control of the site once more. 1:20 to go. GODLike are trying to work on something here, and Sunuo knows something is up. He's trying to hold down the flank if he can. One kill here will be an absolute bonus. Neutrino just dips away, but now, of course, he has the R9 in hand. It's Johnny Snipers all over again. That's the second as well. He holds down the spawn. It's so important for your team because GODLike have now invested time and players over towards that flank and got nothing for it.
That is such amazing game sense from Sunuo to get that one done. To recognize that, hey, not just one, but two players coming in on the flank and to take those players down before they can cause any trouble is everything. And now Xrock back in towards the point. Rock solid defense so far. 45 seconds on the clock. Mar is even peeking himself out of the point. The gunfights with the R9. Xrock being so frustrating now. Annihilator ready to go from Mar. How much more damage can he do?
He just wants to put a final nail in the coffin, but he gets taken down almost immediately. So GODLike potentially have a route through here. Tron will find one. And Xrock just about holding on, but Trunks will find something of his own. You can see operators ringing through for the side of Xrock. No, though, just puts the final nail in. There's 3 with the equalizer. Here comes number 4 as well. Prevail the next on the chopping block. Runaway Sun. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, okay, he's got 2 SMGs. We'll just punch him in the face. A potential route in for GODLike. One last roll of the dice.
Yeah, Abyss has to do something on the flank here. At least find one frag. They're ready for it, though. The pre-fire's good. Abyss down for the count. Gunfight's also being round in front of point. Trunks will get 2 with a Purifier. Is that the in for GODLike? You've lost 1 player down to the final 4.
They managed to get themselves in. They need those reinforcements very quickly, but Xrock don't have the numbers to answer back just yet. They're waiting for their moment. Suono is going to pull out the Sparrow. There's 2 kills to fall through. Prevail and the Bees have combined very well. There's been investment from either side, but Xrock are coming out on top. It's a 1 versus 5 needed for Prevail. Onto the point he goes. Has he got time yet to get a hold of this? They've got to get there so quickly. Prevail has equalized out. It's the 1v5 from Prevail. Cannot find it. No, sticks a grenade at his feet, and that was so doable.
Yeah, and that's a good investment in the equalizer as well. Even though it doesn't do anything, there is a realistic chance if that nade does not connect that he actually gets pretty much all of those players. The equalizers are just that good. So that was the right decision, the right play call there in the moment, but ultimately it does not work. GODLike, just a hair's breadth away from taking a round off Xrock there. And now they have to stop Xrock. You've got the offense previously, and they're doing the same kind of strategy once more. It's a 4-5 stack towards A.
The win behind the sails here for the side of Xrock. It feels that way. 2 clutch-up rounds have come on through for them. GODLike have fallen to the wayside, even with some really good play from them. They've seemed resolute. But how much metal have they still got in this game? Prevail and Lone will start to find a couple of kills, though, so that might just help them out on this defensive side. But no, now starting to push forward, just trying to put down the hurt where he can. The rest of the team here as well. Now they will eventually get themselves an opportunity to push forward. You can see on the other side of things, a potential spawn trap coming through from MA does not find it. So Xrock haven't really made too much of an inroad here. 2 ticks towards A is all they have. They may well find the third very shortly, though.
That should be said, this is an important defensive round here. If GODLike can do this without giving A away, they might well get a defensive round number 5, and they're utilizing their operators to get it done. Neutrino's already found a couple of kills here. Sunuo next up to the chopping block. He's going to run out of War Machine pellets to get it done. Does not matter, you've got a Bees there for the help. So A is no longer an option here for Xrock. 50 seconds, you're going to have to go for plan B, quite literally, and with that kill from Mar, the opening has now been made, but it's going to be a while before he gets the resources. Mar needs to do a little bit more damage, and he knows it as well towards the middle of the map. Will not be able to get that kill on towards Trunks, but at the very least there, it was a good effort.
Hostile hunter killer drone.
And now back on the cards here for Xrock. Chopping and changing between which way they're going. GODLike just having to commit to something. A may well be gone. They've sent too many numbers over towards B. You need to do something special if you've got over towards A. It's not going to happen. So they set themselves up for B. The lives are dead even. 1.5 minutes to go. Xrock have time to defend, but GODLike are happy to sit tight here. They have had some opportunity to set themselves up over towards B. It will be hard for Xrock to break this down, you would think.
GODLike have more players on the point. There's actually a lot of them very far removed from it. I think they're very concerned about potential flanking player, but that's not where, for the most part, this pressure is coming from. Does not matter, though, for GODLike. They're winning all of these fights around the point. A couple of players through the middle of the map. This will be a late hit from Abiz as well. Is it going to be timed well against these players? 2NM. Hoping he's up with that kill. No. Going to get the second, and there goes Suno as well. Here comes the investment from Xbox. They want to get this done now.
Oh, that's a big grenade coming through Neutrino, though, and the big one from Prevail as well. That's Operator shut down. No equalizer now available, and of course, GODLike will have that.
और लिटरली 25 Mbps का स्पीड है लाइक अगर इसमें अगर नहीं चल पाया तो फिर स्पीड टेस्ट मैं स्पीड टेस्ट करके आप लोग को दिखाता हूँ हो रहा है चालू है
Available at some stage during this defense if they can continue to hold on. War Machine being wrung out, doesn't find anything. So big investment coming from Xrock. They find nothing for it.
Yeah, and GODLike are now back towards the point as well. They were held back. If he could have found something there with the War Machine, that would have been huge.
22 Mbps upload speed आप लोग को दिख रहा है
For Xrock, but it does not work. Now GODLike, I believe they've got Trunks and or Bees this time, excuse me, in that position once again to try and distract Xrock, but they quickly
मतलब अभी क्या 144
Chinese teams if Xrock went through the entirety of the tournament not losing a single search and strike. I mean, it looks that good. And again, going back to that conversation, GODLike were doing well. They were doing the right things. They just could not outgun Xrock and S&D.
I'm going to remember that prediction. Between Alan's reverse sweep prediction and now you're saying Xrock won't drop a single SND throughout the rest of the weekend. Okay.
He's committed there.
All right.
That's brave.
We'll make sure we clip that as well so we can reference it later on tomorrow. But it is Xrock who make their way now out of the quarterfinals into the semifinals. That was a nice, honestly, watch everybody else take some notes on how these other performances are going to go throughout the day, and that could be beneficial for them tomorrow.
Well, they know, especially with the next game coming up, who they're going to be playing against pretty early, so they will have a lot of time to get some of that research in. I mean, I'm sure they will know exactly what they want to do, irrelevant of who they go up against, but Xrock, fantastic performance, and you're right, a long time to wait now. Do not need to do anything until tomorrow. Nice way to start their day.
Yeah, not too shabby. I mean, this is going to be massive confidence-wise for them, but obviously commiserations and congratulations to GODLike because they still did make it really far in the competition. Still a fun storyline that we've been following since last year, and it was just enjoyable to see them compete here again.
Yeah, look, I think the competition has just raised itself significantly from last year, right? I mean, GODLike surprised a lot of people last year. Nobody expected them to do what they did, making it all the way towards grand finals. So, again, the competition is very different this year. I don't think there's anything wrong with dropping out of top 8, especially when the team that took you out is Xrock.
Absolutely. Well, it's time for us to talk to some of our players here. We've got F-Dot standing by, I believe, with Nono on the stage.
That's right, that's right, that's right. We got Nono here, and of course, Brian to help us have a little chat. So the first question I want to ask you guys, Xrock, you look incredible. You're the #1 seed, you're playing like it. Where do you find that energy? What makes your team this good?
No， 你跟 Xrock 打得太厉害了，你在这个比赛是算第一名，然后现在打得像第一名。
It's okay. Godlike. Well played. We'll next time. There's always a next time. Okay. ऑलराइट गाइस, आज के लिए सिर्फ इतना ही. मैं वैसे भी लाइव नहीं आने वाला था, मैं गेम खेलने जाने वाला था, लेकिन मैं बोला एक बार अपनी इंडिया की टीम है यार, देख लेते हैं. आइडियली अच्छा खेलते हैं यार ये लोग. मतलब मैंने जितने बार आज तक देखा है, जितने भी इनके गेम्स देखे हुए हैं, आप 2003 का भी ले लो, दे प्लेड रियली वेल, रियली वेल. और सबके सब ऐसा नहीं कि कोई कम खेल रहा है, कोई अच्छा खेल रहा है. दे आर द बेस्ट प्लेयर ऑफ इंडिया टीम. कॉल ऑफ ड्यूटी अगर आप देखोगे, दे डू हैव अ यूट्यूब चैनल, उसके ऊपर उनका अच्छा खासा वीडियो रहता है, वेयर दे एवरी डे दे प्रैक्टिस, दे शो लाइक ऑल द ट्रिक्स, टिप्स एंड उनका स्किल्स वगैरह, सेटिंग्स, कंट्रोल, एवरीथिंग. दे शोज एवरीथिंग टू यू. आज नहीं था उनका लक, साथ नहीं दिया. होपफुली नेक्स्ट टाइम. ठीक है, आज के लिए सिर्फ इतना ही. एंड थैंक यू. बाद में कुछ अगर आया वापस से तो आई विल बी लाइव अगेन. मैं आइडियली जल्दी लाइव जाता नहीं. ठीक है, चलो, थैंक यू गाइज, बाय बाय.